I was reading about a man today, and it was quite interesting. He's 36, he has a good job, has a really good family, has really good friends. Nothing obviously is going wrong in his life. If you looked at his life from the outside, you'd probably say he's doing quite good, you know? I'd probably be jealous of him in a way, you know? But every year, he kept making the same exact promise to himself. Every year, it's going to be different. He's going to get in shape. He's going to stop wasting his bloody time. But finally start that thing he's been talking about for all those years. Every year, you make progress. It's going good for a few weeks, sometimes even a few months. And then he's back to where he started somehow. And he has no idea how he got there. It's not like he didn't know what to do. He knew exactly what to do. He read the books. He listened to the podcast. He watched the YouTube videos. He asked loads of people for advice. If anything, he knew more than most people did trying to do what he's doing. And every time he found that new bit of advice, he'd go to himself, that's it. That's the missing link. But then 20 years passed. 20 years. Nothing changed.
Well, nothing.
Nothing changed. And I kept reading about him, and I couldn't stop reading. And something was playing on my mind. How could somebody spend decades looking for answers and progress, and they never actually make any progress? I think at some point, he realized, or I saw, that it wasn't a lack of information. It wasn't knowledge that was missing. And I thought to myself, well, what is missing? And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. Because I don't think most people have a shortage of advice, on the internet. I think they're drowning in it. I think there's too much. The internet's full of answers, books, podcasts, videos, courses, mentors. And I think advice has never been easier to find. Yet somehow people keep looking for more.
Yeah, these days you have a question and you can just
Actually,
type it and that's it. You get the answer.
I don't think they're searching because they haven't found the answer. I think the answers are there. I think they're searching because they haven't accepted what the answer requires them to do.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more information on there that you actually need to actually get somewhere you want to be.
Yeah, it can get confusing sometimes.
Exactly.
It's a bit too much.
Exactly. Having difficult conversations is a mystery. You just have them. Easier said than done though, isn't it? Very, very much so. And we act like if there's a missing piece hidden for us, but there isn't anything missing. Now, when I read that, I was like, damn, that's me. But the truth is that story's not about anyone. It doesn't exist. That story's about us. It's about the people watching. You know, it's very close to home, isn't it? Even today.
Yeah, there were loads
Going through your head.
memories,
Yeah.
going through my head back when I heard that.
What, like?
Well, pretty much. Not necessarily pretending, but thinking, oh, I need more information. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Should I do it? Should I start from today? Maybe give it a few more days, and yeah, I found myself in many.
A thing will pop up. That inspiration, that thing that you said, okay, now I can begin because I've seen this.
Yeah.
For me, that was 5 years doing this. Even more recently, I slipped back into it a few times. Where I'm constantly on YouTube looking at a thing, finding a new channel. Oh, he's got an interesting take. Oh, he's quite good at it. Obviously, he's on YouTube. He's popular, so he's going to be good at that. And I ended up jumping to different creators and not actually doing anything, you know? Yeah. So you get healthier. Sounds simple. But then you realize getting healthier requires you to actually do something, to change something, to do something difficult. You need to set boundaries.
Yeah, every change in life, it needs some steps that no matter what happens, you need to follow those steps.
And then the most difficult steps.
Yes,
single
because it's hard it's not necessarily hard, but sometimes it can get boring doing the same thing every single day.
Mhm.
So you want a bit of,
Not
we
physically.
are humans, right?
Yes.
So we always want a bit of, something different to enjoy things, but to make them a bit easier or
Mhm.
look for a quicker way to get it done, just so it's out the way.
Mhm.
And then you have the rest of the day just, like,
Give it to you.
yeah, we are all guilty of it, but it's just how we are as humans, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the advice isn't painful to hear. The painful part is the consequences of what happens when you accept that you need to now listen to that advice. You know, I think it's easier to keep, I've said this before actually, it's easier to keep consuming this good content than actually to make progress because it's not all sunshine and daisies. It's taking those things into account and you're not watching, reading, planning, researching, which feel great because you feel like you're doing something, but it's fake dopamine. So all it is, doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Like I said just before we start recording, all these interviews of people who've done something crazy in their lives or something big, they've done something different. You always ask them, how did you do it? They don't sit there saying, yeah, I made a business plan and then what I did, I planned it for another year. Then what I did is spoke to other people but no, they just sat there and said, oh, I felt like doing it, so I did it.
from my personal experiences, it can apply to everything in life.
Yes.
If you want something, 90%, not 90%, 90%
Romanian
chance, you're gonna have to do something. You cannot just wait for it. That was my point. Like, you can't just sit for days and days and wait for that thing, whatever that is, to come towards you.
Yep.
Most likely, you're gonna have to do something to get to it.
I think it's a way of avoiding it. That's what I think. I think sometimes searching for the answers is a way of avoiding the correct answer, because you don't want to hear the correct answer. I don't want to hear the correct answer. I want it to be easy. I want to consume a 7-hour course by someone on a sketchy web page with really good hooks, because I think that's what's going to happen. And at the end of that course, that's it. I'm ready to go, but I'm not, because I'm not actually doing the thing I want to do. How do you become good at football, Andre? Do you watch loads of play FIFA? Do you watch? I can't play football, by the way. I'm terrible, but it's an example that everyone can relate to. I think people need a better plan, and planning is not a plan. Planning to plan is not a plan, if that makes sense. I think they need to accept and start the process of having a new identity, because this is what this is about. If you remember when I lost all the weight, I don't know if I did this on purpose or I read it somewhere or it's subconsciously, but I kind of changed my identity in a way. So I got different color hair, I had piercings all over. Maybe it was a quarter life crisis, I don't know.
You've changed totally.
For me, it
was
was
180.
Yes,
literally.
I wasn't Sean anymore. The Sean you knew before that, the fat one with dark hair was gone.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that made the big difference, because when I looked in the mirror, the new thin Sean, thin with everything, no muscle, nothing, just like a stick, was a different. I couldn't recognize that.
Yeah.
I remember when we go places and see people we know, and I look at them and they look at me, right? They don't recognize me. He literally.
I remember you told me a story. I can't remember.
I saw it by the drifting thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this guy. I know this guy. Didn't have a clue who I
You
was.
told me, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you told me another story where you just walked past someone and they looked at you, but they just kept walking.
And I was like, I know this person. I know you.
Yes.
It could not. And for me, I needed that, because if I looked in the mirror and I saw the same person, my brain was, oh, okay, we're this old person.
Yeah, but you can see yourself